Hello, everyone. Hi, it's Cheryl Arkle. What are you reading? It's our usual Thursday segment, 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to what is a very popular segment for us and for you. I know you love it. Now, as you can see, I'm here by myself today. Jane is away. She's up in Ballina. Her mum hasn't been well. Vonnie, I know they're both watching today. So hi to Jane, hi to Vonnie, and they've left me here on my own. So, there's Jane. Hi, Jane. So welcome to What Are You Reading with Cheryl Arkle, and Jane Tara is actually at the other end. And I'm sure she'll be quite active in comments. Okay, so tell me what you're reading. Will I get started on what we're reading? Hi, everyone. It's Cheryl Arkle. It's Better Reading. Okay, I'm going to get started. I'm going to talk about Candace Fox. Wow. So it's called The Chase. It's a new Candace Fox. Did anybody tune in last night to Candace? She was on our Facebook Live. She came straight to you live from Facebook, 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. If you missed it, you can go back and watch it. Candace was terrific. I really enjoyed her talking about her inspiration for writing and how she does quite a bit of research. And for those of you that were watching, she actually visited a serial killer in jail in LA. So it really interesting. Anyway, this is her new book. It's out this week, and it's called The Chase, and it's our book of the week as well. Okay, everybody is joining in. Hello, everybody. Let me just get back to hi, Tracy. She says hi to Cheryl. Hi, Jane. Hi, Beck. Suzanne's reading Surfacing by Margaret Atwood. Helen's not reading anything. Why not, Helen? You've got to watch this segment then and get some inspiration. Caroline, hi. Lee, hi, Cheryl. I'm currently reading This Has Been Absolutely Lovely by Jessica Detman. Gosh, that's been a popular book. And Jess is such a beautiful person, so I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Jenny, hi, Cheryl. I'm reading As Swallows Fly by L.P. McMahon, and I think we've got that on our list, haven't we? We do. We may as well talk about that next. Here we go. So this week, Jane and I have been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. Malika, a distinguished Pakistani orphan and also a math genius. It's a beautiful relationship between a surgeon and Malika, and it's really lovely, and how this relationship changes their lives. It's heartfelt, it's powerful, and it's moving, and that's by L.P. McMahon. So I'm really glad you enjoyed that, Jenny. Michelle, solo leveling light novel. I thought you were referring to me being solo because Jane is in Ballina, but you're not. So there you go. Amanda, she's reading Tell Me Lies by J.P. Pomeroy. Yes, we've talked about that quite a lot, and what a good book. And the podcast is out now too. Juliet just finished Dog Days, loved it. Michelle says hi, Michelle. Hang on, I've just lost my spot. Occasionally this thing just like makes me lose the spot. Anyway, Anne, hi. She's saying hi. The Road Trip. Tracy's reading The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary, and that's an ARC. So she's got a preview copy. Did you get that from us? Was that one of ours? Not sure, but don't forget, if you're interested in reviewing books for us, all you need to do is register to receive our newsletter every week. Now, I've got a couple of things to talk about before I go through this. Firstly, I want to talk about the ARBY Awards. They are the Australian Book Industry Awards, and they're coming up on Wednesday, the 28th of April. Now, the public is invited to attend this year, and you can purchase tickets. Are we going to get a slide up there? Here we go. Apparently, Kate Blanchett's going to be there virtually on the night, and she's going to be announcing Book of the Year, which Better Reading sponsors. So if you want to go to that event, if you live in Sydney, it's on at Carriage Works. Go to the Sydney Writers Festival website and you can buy a ticket. And we'll also be posting about it. And that's the 23rd of April. Kate Blanchett's going to be there virtually. I'm going to be there in real life, actually, and so's Jane. So you get to meet us in real life and Kate Blanchett virtually. But, you know, You're lucky, I guess. Okay, what else have we got? Sue is reading The Dictionary of Lost Words. Don't we love that book? By Pip Williams. Melissa says hi, and hi, Melissa. Yvonne, Cover Your Tracks by Claire Askew, a Scottish crime book. Nilma, hi. Cheryl, hi, Nilma. I'm reading The Codebreakers by Ali Sinclair, and she's reading that as an ebook. The Fur Winds by Kristen Hanna, and Honeybee on audio. Oh, you're reading 3 books at one time. I can't do that, but I love audio, and I love hard copy. I very rarely read an ebook, but, you know, that's just preference, isn't it? I don't care how you get story anyway, but I'm impressed, Nilma, that you're doing 3 at a time. Denise, hi, Cheryl. I'm reading The Family Doctor. Caroline, I'm about to start She Lies in Wait by Geetha Lodge. Natalie, hi, Natalie. Pretty in Pink. Thank you. I'm still reading The Hour I First Believe by Wally Lamb. Gosh, that's an oldie but a goldie. It's 800 pages. I'm enjoying some parts, but others not so much, but I'm persevering. Please do, Natalie, and always good to have you. Alita, hi, The Watchmaker of Filigree. The Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley. Malvina just finished Hotel du Lac by Anita Bruckner. An interesting book. Cynthia, hi everyone. Yes, caught Candace Fox last night. Wasn't she interesting, Cynthia? Okay, so this is some Candace, what I've got here is some Candace Fox backlist, which you probably would have read. So I'm going to put those aside. I want to talk a little bit about the Children's Book Council of Australia. These books, this one, shortlisted for Book of the Year for older readers, and this one, shortlisted Book of the Year for younger readers. Do you know the Children's Book Council of Australia is a great place if you're looking for books for kids? It's a great place to go to, so visit their website and have a look at the shortlist, because it's really a great resource, I think. And also, did you know that we now have an Instagram children's page? Have we got the little board there? No. Anyway, we do. Oh, you're going to put something up. Here we go. We've got the Better Reading Kids is now on Instagram. So I want you all to jump onto Instagram if you're on Instagram and go like it, because it's a wonderful page. The girls are doing a great job with it in the office, and we need more people liking it. Malvina just finished. Oh, we talked about you, Malvina. Where are we? Oh, Nilma. Hi, Jane. Hope your mum feels better soon. I hope so too. Alison, Before the Coffee Gets Cold is what she's reading. Keisha, A Court of Thorns and Roses, trying something different. Yeah. Melissa, I just finished Bright Burning Things, was brilliant. Rebecca, The Half-Sister by Sandy Jones. Linda, hi Linda. Okay, now let me just get my thing back. It always just kind of goes. Should we talk about New and Noteworthy, our podcast? This is really great news. For those of you that listen to the podcast, thank you very much. And for those, can you put that back up for us, please? We are on the Noteworthy list on the Apple front page. So we want everybody who doesn't listen to the podcast to go and listen to the podcast. And it's so good to actually read a book and then go back and find out about the author. Because with the podcast, it's not so much about the book, but it's how the author came to writing. And that's often a really good thing to be doing after you've read a book. I don't know, if you're like me, I love to do that. Michelle, she's reading Pretend You Don't See Her by Mary Higgins Clark. Linda is reading Shuggie Bain. I've been waiting for months as I was on the reserve list at the library. Finally, my turn. Speaking of Shuggie Bain, I am going to talk about this book by Lisa Harding. She's an Irish author. It's called Bright Burning Things, and it's a powerful and moving story of addiction, recovery and motherhood. And it is really, people have been writing to me saying that it's very similar to Shuggie Bain. It's beautifully written, devastatingly obvious, and very, very powerful book. So if you've read that and have enjoyed it, or it's hard to say enjoy because there's such difficult topics, but, you know, if you kept reading, then this is a good one to follow up with. Okay, so I want to talk about Lisa Genova. This is Still Alice. I remember reading this book being moved to my core. It was one of those books, and a lot of people will remember it. This is the movie tie-in cover, but the book itself is just beautiful. And I remember it was years and years ago when I was doing book reviews on television, actually, back then. Natalie, you might remember this. But anyway, I remember I couldn't put the book down because I was worried that if I was to leave Alice, that she would do something crazy. I was that engaged with this fictional character. Anyway, it turns out Lisa Genova is a scientist, a professional scientist, and she's written lots of books where I think she's a neurologist. Anyway, she specialises in the brain, and she's got a new book coming called Remember. And it's a non-fiction book, and it's the science of memory and the art of forgetting. And she is going to be with us next Wednesday night on Facebook, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So Lisa Genova will be coming to us via the US. And so that's a really good opportunity for those of you to talk to her about her new book, Remember, and to also ask her questions about Still Alice. So that's Lisa Genova next week. I'm super excited about this event. It's so exciting. Okay, so that's coming up. Okay, what else have we got? Jane Harvey, she's reading Kathy Lett, Alter Ego. I love her. She's so funny. She is so funny. We did a Facebook Live with her very early on. I think it was about a year ago, last March, just when COVID hit. And it is the funniest video. Well, she was live. It's recorded now. Jane, I urge you to go back and find it on our Facebook page and watch it, and I'm telling you, you will be in stitches. Cynthia is reading The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, of which I've recorded a podcast with Richard. He was so wonderful to speak with. So if you're enjoying that book, as a lot of people have, go back and listen to the podcast. And I finished Richard Glover's The Land Before Avocado this morning, then started Rachel John's book, Flying the Nest. I really enjoyed it. I dipped in and out of that book, Richard Glover's book, and it was so true, wasn't it, Anne? Janine is reading The Chocolate Maker's Wife. Cheryl just finished The Rose Garden and The Code Breakers, both fantastic books. Now reading Confessions by Lisa Unger. Yvonne, hi Jane, I live up that way. Oh, there you go. Jane's in Ballina. The Survivors, Rebecca's reading The Survivors by Jane Harper, really enjoying it. I've got to tell you, Jane Harper is just such a great writer. Each book is as good as the previous, I think. Tracy said the road trip wasn't from better reading. You won it. Okay, all right. Well, then there you go. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. Nilma, absolutely enjoying it too. Kelly has just finished Honeybee, fantastic. Now, you know, with the awards, can we put back up the Kate Blanchett? That night, the shortlist for those awards, it's Honeybee, it's Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip. I can't remember. Pip Williams. There are going to be so many books that you're familiar with. So if you can't get to the awards live, you can actually watch them live on YouTube as well. So we're going to give you more information about that. But that's Wednesday, the 28th of April. And I really think all of you readers at home will love them. You'll enjoy the awards a lot because they will be books that you enjoy reading and books that you're familiar with. Linda, I'm still reading Sisters of Freedom by Marianne O'Connor. It's fabulous, a better reading preview. Thank you. It's a pleasure, Linda. Bianca, hi Bianca, how are you? I think you weren't with us last week. Maybe I wasn't here. Anyway, hi, and good to have you back. Nilma, currently reading The Code Breakers, so good. Richard Glover's book was interesting, going back to see his view of the 60s and 70s. So what do we got? Cassie is reading The Chase by Candice Fox, and she enjoyed watching last night. Fantastic. Veronica's reading Khaki Town by Judy Nunn. Belinda, hang on. I've lost my way yet again. Oh, these are still Alice conversations. Hang on. Here we go. Bianca, I'm reading White Girl by Tony Birch. Great. Kaz is about to start Before She Disappeared by Lisa Gardner. Judy currently reading Lost Children Archive. Virginia, I'm reading The Loudness of Unsaid Things by Hildy Hinton. I'm really enjoying the writing. You know, we also did a Facebook Live with her very early on in COVID, so back in probably April or May last year, and she was terrific, actually. Natalie, loving the podcast. Thank you, Natalie. Sandra just finished Letters from Clancy, starting All the Lonely People. Sharon Hill, love the podcast. Thank you, Sharon. We want everyone to love the podcast. Vicky just finished Parting Words by Cass Moriarty, enjoying it. Loving listening to podcasts about books and their authors. Thank you, Cassie. Cheryl, I read Still Alice years ago and loved it. Sharon, Still Alice was a very moving book. Alita, Still Alice, such a wonderful book. I absolutely love Still Alice. Keisha, Still Alice was brilliant and so moving. I'm going to hold it up. Natalie, yes, I remember, and I remember you on the Circle reviewing books as well. Time to come back to TV. Thanks, Natalie. I think I might be too old for TV now, but that's a lovely compliment. Thank you. Nilma, love Deborah's books. Bianca, Genova is very engaging and very smart. Saw her at the Perth Writers Festival a few years ago. I think I saw her then as well. So don't forget to join us next Wednesday night. Okay, what else have we got? I'm going to go through some more books. Oh, this is a really beautiful cover, and it matches my top. So I thought that would be a good book to talk about. It's called Spring Clean for the Peach Queen by Sarah Wasley, and it's a heartwarming and moving story about forgiving, finding joy, and falling in love with life again. It's perfect for the readers of small-town Aussie fiction, and it's a family saga, but also it's for fans of Marie Kondo. You know, that woman that helps you sort out everything and declutter. One of the characters in the book is trying to achieve that. So it's a sweet book and it's a really nice read. So that's out now too. Gosh, there's so much going on. Have I been through everything? Oh, do you also know that we're on YouTube as well? So for those of you, we would love you to go over to our YouTube channel and like us there as well. So much is happening us. We've got Better Reading Kids, we've got Better Reading Adults on Instagram. We're the sponsors of the RBR with Kate Blanchett. There's so much happening. Podcasts on New and Noteworthy. Now I want to talk about this beautiful book. Do you know what comes to mind when I'm thinking of Emily Maguire, Love Objects, is Bianca Cola. Bianca, I guarantee you will love this book. Do you know I can work out what our readers at home are going to like reading? I should run a text service, actually, where you tell me what you're reading and I'll tell you what the next book is you should be reading. But I really do think, Bianca, you will love this. It's absolute magic. You will probably know Emily's last book, An Isolated Incident, because it was shortlisted for the Stella Prize, and it's a heart-wrenching and deeply, deeply compassionate novel about love, family, betrayal, and forgiveness. And it also, the character in there has a hoarding disorder. Really beautiful. She is just such a lovely writer. And you might remember I do Pilates with her on a Friday. So it's great that that we are loving this book in the office, and I think you will love it too. A lot of you will love this book, but Bianca, I think you're going to love it. And for those of you might remember, this was her non-fiction book that she wrote, I think it was last year. This is what a feminist looks like. And I recorded a podcast with her about that subject, and she's just wonderful, wonderful writer. So anyway, launch week for Emily, and we'll be talking more about this book, but get yourself a copy because it's a really good one. Okay, let me guess. Oh, that was Natalie. Yep. Okay, what do we got? Hang on, let me find my page. Gosh. Okay, I'm back. Suzanne, hi Cheryl, I'm reading Harlan Coben. I love Harlan Coben. And Still Alice was fantastic. Lisa Genova, an interesting person. When she came to Australia, she toured WA, and she did, and Victoria. I would have loved to have seen her. Well, you can see her next Wednesday night and you can ask her questions. Tracy, we're spoilt for great books in Australia. We certainly are. And we really are great readers. Bianca, I was away last week. It was my birthday. Oh, happy birthday. There you go. I noticed you weren't there. Cheryl Richards' book brought back many memories as I was at school in the country during the 70s. It brought back so many memories for me. In actual fact, I was sharing some of those memories with a friend of mine recently. Nilma, sorry, Cheryl, missed you when you mentioned where the tickets can be bought for the awards night. Please share the information again. Okay, so this is, do you want to put the slide up again? This is for the Australian Industry Book Awards night, and the public, you guys, readers are invited. It's at Carriage Works, and if you go to the Sydney Writers Festival website, you'll be able to get some tickets. okay? I don't know how much they are, but it certainly will be worth it. And I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. There'll be so many authors there that you will know. We will be there. Jane and I will be there. And we are sponsoring the Book of the Year, so we'll also be up on stage. It's a super exciting night. It's like, you know, the, what is it, the film awards? The
Oscars?
The Oscars. It's the Oscars for books. It's better than the Oscars. Okay, Michelle, Love and Grace Under Pressure by Tori Hashko. You know, she came in personally last week. Tori did, and we recorded a podcast. It's not out yet, but I think you're going to love it. Really great book. She's a clever woman. She's a great cook. She's a great mum. She's a great writer. You know, she's just great. Okay, Daniel Steele, The Cast is what Susan's reading. Natalie Berg, Susan Murphy, love Daniel Steele. Yes. Linda, can't wait to read Peach Queen. What a gorgeous cover. It is a gorgeous cover. Michelle, I'm enjoying reading the third Bridgerton prequel, The Other Miss Bridgerton. You know, I haven't read any of those books, but I have seen the series on Netflix, and I really enjoyed it. Tanya's reading Codename Helene by Ariel Lawton and thoroughly enjoying it. Bianca, oh my God, I'll get onto it. I've only got 5 on my to-BR list. Well, that's quite small, Bianca, so get onto it. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, Dex has put up the link to the Sydney Writers Festival to buy the tickets. So the link is in comments. Gosh, you're good. You're really good there. Cassie wants to read both Peach Queen and Love Objects. Both have gorgeous covers too. The cover does help, doesn't it? Bianca, Love Objects, great title and cover. I am telling you, guaranteed, once you read it, Bianca, I want to know what you think. And The Wreck by Meg Keneally and Daughter's Tale by Amanda Lucas Correa. Yes. And I think I've recorded a podcast with Armando. He lives in New York. I've also been to his office. Okay, Tracy, that sounds a bit ominous, doesn't it? But it was a professional visit. Tracy, Cassie Roberts, same. I've become a snob. Well, I'm not sure where that's going. Yes, Bianca, you will have to read her feminist book as well. Natalie says, happy birthday to Bianca. It's nice to be missed, Bianca. Of course, I noticed everything, Bianca. Okay, I'm going to keep going. What else have I got? Oh, this is The Believer. This is from the author of The Trauma Cleaner, who you will all remember. I mean, she is a beautiful writer. Anyway, this is The Believer. It's a collection of six extraordinary stories about ordinary people. But, you know, there's UFOs, ghosts, and the devil, and it's kind of the gap between the believable and the unbelievable, and that's why it's called The Believer. Okay, and that's out now. We like her. These 2 books I want to talk about because they've been shortlisted for the Stella Awards. Laura G. McKay, The Animals in That Country, and we've talked about this in the past, and I'm sure a lot of you have read it, and also Evie Wild, the Bass Rock. Now, these 2 books shortlisted for the Stella. There are more books on the shortlist, so if you want to have a look at those. I mean, I think shortlists, and you guys will agree with me, they are a great way to get recommendations as well. I mean, we're the best way, but you can also go to the shortlists and to get recommendations. There's so much happening. Now, let me find. A lot of people are wishing Bianca a happy birthday. I am too. Cassie says yes. Covers usually grab me first. Bianca says hello to all the thank you to all the birthday wishes. Sue almost finished Fiona Lowe's, A Home Like Ours, loving it. We love Fiona. She's usually on with us. I don't know where she is today. Angela is reading Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology. Karina reading All the Light We Cannot See. Gosh, I remember reading that so many years ago. As we always say here, a book is not something until you've read it. It's new until you've read it. That's what we say here. Okay, I'm not coping without Jane. I mean, you know, doing it on my own, reading the comments, you know, it's not that easy. Anyway, I'm doing a great job, I'm sure, right? Aren't I, Dex?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Alita, she's reading something. I can't see that. Oh, Bianca, love The Trauma Cleaner, so I'll have to read The Believer, yes. And yes, Cheryl, you did record a podcast with Armando in 2019. Thank you for looking that up for me, Anne. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, this is a new podcast out now. It's do you know she's really interesting. This is an interesting podcast because Kathy talks about how she got her book published. She didn't tell me how old she was, but she'd been writing for a long time, and this is a real inspiration for a lot of writers. She'd been writing for a long time, and she got her first book published now. This Sargasso is her first, and she's in her 60s. So good for her for persevering. And the message here is, it's a good book and it's never too late, and also don't stop trying. See, I can be on, do you know what? I can be on Jane's B program because I'm an inspiration to writers. See, keep going, keep writing. I'm not, Kathy George is, right? Oh, I want to talk about Trump land because I recorded an interview with Zoe Daniel. Now, for those of you that do listen to the podcast, you'll know that I've got lots of political opinions. And I love talking to Zoe because she was very, very neutral, and she came from a journalist perspective, and she's just talking to us about how America got there. Unlike me, who gets very emotional and really is very, very obvious. I am very obvious in where my politics lie. She wasn't. She was really, really quite interesting. I enjoyed this podcast very much, and I learned a lot. So if you haven't listened to it, go get it. Okay, now Jane's saying that she's there. Hi, Jane. Cassie Roberts, she's saying it's on her to-be-read list. Amanda, is there any chance you can organise a live with Harlem? Oh, wow. You know what? We'll give it a go. There's no harm in asking. And he's been to Australia a couple of times. So yeah, he might be interested in doing that. Linda's saying she won a copy of The French Gift by Kirsty Manning. Well, we're going to talk about, that is amazing because I was just about to hold that up. There we go, Linda. Very, very timely. Did you get that through us? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, she's the best-selling author of The Lost Jewels. This book is inspired by a true story of an iconic female resistance fighter during World War II. It's a stunning story of female friendship, longing, and sacrifice. And this is also one of Kirsty's previous books, The Jade Lily. Okay, I think I'm nearly done. Have I done all the messaging that I need to do? Okay, so I'm glad you're reading The French Gift there, Linda. Sharon, yes, you're doing a great job. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Jane is up in Ballina with her mum. Her mum's not well, Vonnie. Hi, Vonnie. And they are tuning in. They are watching. So you can say hi to Jane and hi to Vonnie. Tracy says you're holding up well. Okay, and Linda got her book through the publisher. Okay, that's it from me. Now, listen, it's Easter break time for those of you that live in Australia. Because in the US, I don't think they get the public holidays. And I know some of you tune in from the US. But anyway, have a lovely and safe Easter break. And don't eat too many chocolate eggs. I've got a beautiful memory of Easter. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not religious, but my family is, and we make really beautiful sugar donuts, and we do that 3 p.m. on Friday, and it's really just a big family day for us, and that's what I love about Easter. Anyway, so that's it from us, and we will see you next time. Stay safe. And see you the same time next week. Bye.